What's up, guys? Got a overview here today. Today is the day after Election Day. Most of you know things aren't going well. We're gonna ignore that shit. We're gonna check out some cool ass knives. So this is my SMF. You've already seen this in a couple of videos. It's really breaking in nicely. It was stiff. Even stiffer than I thought it should be. One thing I did that helped was loosen that screw a little bit, and then I Loctited it in place and gave it some relief. Because it wasn't the pivot squeezing it; it was it was a little too tight. So that helped a lot. The biggest help, believe it or not, was that. I noticed that when I took it apart the first time, it had grease in it instead of oil, and I've always used oil on my pivots. But these Striders seem to like this high-speed grease better. I just had this in my gun kit and threw it in there just to try it. And man, I'm telling you, I don't know about other knives. I'm sure that I ordered some KPL, some knife pivot lube, and I'm sure that's going to be great stuff. But for some reason, these Striders like grease. They just feel good with that grease in there. I mean, it's a night and day difference. But anyway, short story long, this is my new Strider SNG gunner grip hybrid in 3/4 grind and RWL-34. I was advised that I would like the 3/4 grind better than I like the full flat grind, and I think I disagree with that. One of the benefits I thought I would get out of a 3/4 grind with a hollow grind would be, it'd be thinner behind the edge. It's not. Actually, I'm pretty certain this SMF is thinner behind the edge with the full flat grind than this 3/4 grind is, but neither here nor there. They both cut great, super sharp. This one did have a funky grind on it, and this is from the factory. This is a brand new knife. You see that little bit of a recurve in there? That's straight from Monkey's Edge like that. But I actually like it. I think it's kind of cool. It's a super sharp tip on there. So I'm not gonna send it back or anything. I'm gonna keep it. I like it. Not real familiar with RWL-34. I've looked it up. Todd Begg says that it's like his favorite stainless steel. He said the way it finishes, the way it holds up, the way it holds an edge, it's his favorite. So I'm gonna see if it's gonna be my favorite. I don't know. It's one knife I got from the factory that just absolutely does not need sharpening. I can't get it any sharper than what they have it. And I can get a knife pretty sharp. I can put a mirror edge on it, but that really don't matter to me. I did that to. I got one of my Dyer wares back, and I put a mirror edge on it yesterday. It looks cool. I just did it just because I got my lapping films in. I wanted to try them out. And on that note, the Wicked Edge lapping films work great, and they actually, if you have multiple blank glass plates to put them on, they seem like they would last through many, many knives for you to have to change them. Let me show you the pack that I got. So it comes in a pack like this where you could change them multiple times, and I'm more than certain you could get minimum 3 to 4, probably more knives out of each one of those. So this is like, I don't know, $20 or something. That was well worth it. I thought each time you put a mirror edge on a knife you were going to have to change that, but that's not the case. They were still like new when I got done. It didn't take much, when you run it over the knife a few times, the mirror edge starts to come out pretty quick, and then you work your way through the colors. Did a great job on that knife. I was very impressed, and I'll be doing that from now on my customer's knife. I'm going to be doing mirror edges, which I haven't done previously, because that just makes it so easy. I'm a big fan of the SMF. I really like I'm a big fan of the SNG. I really like the SMF, and I'm absolutely going to keep it and love it. But I like the SNG better. I like the size of the SNG better. These are almost the exact same knife, and I really like that. Same finishes. The only thing different is the grind and the blade steel. This is 20 CV, this is RWL-34. They actually have the same thickness blade because this is a fatty. It's got the 190 thousandths blade. Both of them, the actions are really breaking in. They're both pretty new, but the actions are really coming into their own. They both had a little bit of lock stick. A little bit of pencil lead has worked that out. Put a pencil lead on it a couple of times, and now I've wiped it off, and it's just the slightest hint of stick on there, and I actually like that a little bit. I know my knife is grabbing. I mean, it doesn't take any effort to unstick it, so they're breaking in great. And that grease, maybe just during the break-in period, maybe the grease wouldn't work as well. Maybe oil would work better whenever the knives are good and broken. But they're both new. I'm definitely going to try the KPL when I get it in because I see that stuff everywhere. I mean, when you type in pivot lube, that's the first thing that pops up on Google or eBay or wherever. The stuff is hugely popular. All the other reviewers are using it. So I'm absolutely going to give that a shot. Some people have said over time, it doesn't hold up as well. It works really good when you first put it in, but that's kind of the minority that have said that. Most people are big fans of it. So I will strip these down when it comes in. I think it's coming in a couple of days, and I'll strip all the grease off and clean them and put the knife pivot lube on there, and I'll let you guys know how that worked out. But, I'll show you the current state of my collection. As you guys know, I buy and sell a lot of knives. I don't keep a whole lot of them. I'll work my way up and try to get nicer knives and find new brands to collect. And as of right now, I never know where to put this knife in there because this knife usually stays the Benchmade proper. We'll stick that over there in the corner. So I'm really big fan of the Direwares. Those are unbelievable knives. I'm a bigger fan of Strider. I'm a huge fan of the Keoning Arius. The thing feels like it's made out of air. And I'm a fan of the Todd Big. I'm actually selling this one to make a little bit of room because I'd like to have another Strider. And I only keep a certain amount of knives, a certain monetary amount. So kind of discipline myself in that way so I don't end up with a $50,000 knife collection over time. This is something cool. I'll show you this. I sharpened this knife today. This is actually one of my old knives I sold to one of my coworkers, and he was kind of looking at my knives today, and he whooped this thing out, and it was filthy. I mean, this guy uses his knives. We were working in construction, and he's a project coordinator, so he's always on jobs messing with shit, and this knife was filthy. I cleaned it up for him, put a mirror edge on it, and it looks really good, man. That knife has got some age on it, and it just doesn't show a lot of wear. That's the, I believe that's the Proxy, Benchmade Proxy. But one thing I noticed, I didn't notice before, it had adjustable lock bar insert. I don't know if any of you guys knew that. I'm sure some of you did, but I thought that was kind of neat. You could unscrew it and turn it and adjust the lock bar to make it fall wherever you want to on there. If it starts to get a little far over, you can adjust it and make it last longer. So that's just a really great design knife and still works great. And this you talk about a user. This is a user. This knife gets used. I mean, this guy's a Marine. He gets down. But anyway, that's kind of the current state of my collection, and this is my newest baby, and I'm really impressed with it. It's everything I thought it would be. Kind of surprised by the grind a little bit, but I actually like it. So that's my Striders. I've become a huge Strider fan in the last couple of months. So if you're thinking about picking up a Strider, I would suggest the SNG, but you can't go wrong with the SMF either, the bigger one. And if you're having trouble getting your knife to loosen up, Strider or otherwise, try some of this stuff. This stuff here is pretty crazy. It definitely did the trick for me, and I'm going to try some knife pivot lube, and I'll let you guys know how that worked out. Hey, guys, thanks for watching. God bless you. God bless our country. Have a good night. Bye.